Hello everybody, I'm Krasi Attasio, I'm sidereal astrologer, and today I will talk about a very interesting constellation, a very interesting topic, and this will be the Pleiades, or the Seven Sisters as some cultures call them, or the hen and the chickens as other cultures on the Balkans call them. In antiquity, we have very ancient sources like the Astrolabe or the Mu'abbin cuneiform texts from Babylon, where we have evidences about the Pleiades. There they are called Mu or SUBITTU. So these are the seven stars, the seven demons in the ancient Babylonian astrology or astronomy, and by explaining you what mythologically the Pleiades mean, and how also later on in the Greek tradition this was depicted in the Greek mythology, we will understand why they are really constellation which some call the constellation of the witches, and why they have such a complex impact on people in relation to how they are placed in the individual natal charts. So, what is happening in antiquity? We find, as I said, references about the Pleiades in texts from 5500 BC. But what is the most interesting thing is first that the Pleiades in the ancient Babylonian calendar rule the 12th month Adar. And this makes me think, if you think for our reality now, 12, the number 12, how difficult December always is. So this could be linked to the difficult nature of the Pleiades, of course, symbolically. But let's say, what is this meaning? Pleiades are indeed seven stars. Some see seven, others see six in the sky. They are, if you see the Hyades Taurus, the great bull, you see them somewhere on his back, like a small cluster. They are nebula. They are nebula, and they do as nebula, so they are not very positive. Actually, in astrology, nothing is positive or negative. I would say they are really complex, depending on how they are placed. So we have them, and doesn't matter whether we are in the northern hemisphere or in the southern, still we see them very clearly in the evening sky. Especially shiny they are in November and December. And once again, think why December is the most difficult months of all. Why so many people leave us and move to the other world in December in particular. This is just a question that is appearing in my mind. The Pleiades are SUBITTU, the seven demons. They are relentless. They are merciless. They are given the task. They are created by the god Anu and Ki, the ruler of the earth, and they are created by them in order to be like weapons, in order to serve Nergal, the god of the war. Nergal is Mars. Mars is ruled by god Nergal. So they are given, one of the seven demons is given the power to burn. Others is given the power to create anxiety. The third is given are given weapons to create destruction, and so on and so on. They are given tasks of destruction in order to serve Nergal, Mars. They are always depicted on the ancient cuneiform tablets. They are depicted with weapons. So nothing actually is as evil as it maybe to the degree as it was illustrated in the ancient texts. But especially, as we often say, the higher the vibrational level of the person, the level of consciousness is, the more we escape such evil influences. So I will finish here with the short description of the SUBITTU to continue with the Greek mythology and how the Pleiades influence us, and why are they so important? In just to say, to open bracket, you remember in the Bible it is said the one who created the Pleiades and the Orion. So we see them also in the Bible. They are of extreme importance. I'm not sure why really they are mentioned in the Bible, but apparently they have a reason to be up there. So there is a version also, just to go one moment more to the mythology of Babylon. There is a version that they are children of the Ishara, but in any case, they have weapons, they are relentless. One is having also the task to kill people. So they are certainly not positive. They are demons, just demons. Now we look at the mythology of Greece. And this is very interesting because there are 7 sisters which were nymphs, which were dancing in the forest, very beautiful. One of them chose to marry a non a person of human origin. This was Sisyphus, and therefore she was like punished by the others. And by the way, as you see them 7, some see them 7 on the sky, others see them as 6, and this one, which married a person of non-divine origin in the Sisyphus, this one disappeared from the sky. And this is because also one of the 7 stars is not visible to us. Actually, some people with a very good sight may see the 7th star. I never managed to see the 7th star. It's interesting. Take a look in the evening sky. Almost from every hemisphere in the world, the Pleiades, especially in November, December, are very, very visible. Very. So, 7 sisters, which are also sisters of the Pleiades, in the head of the great bull, the Taurus. So 7 sisters were dancing in the forest like nymphs, and Orion was always chasing them. There are many versions how exactly they ended up in the sky. Most probably it was work of Zeus, Jupiter, who put them in the sky. Orion was also placed in the sky by Zeus, and you will see his position always in the sky, like chasing them. Their father is Atwas, who is supposed to hold the sky. He is also creation of Zeus. So the sisters are Maya, Electa, the complex name Taijit, Siwano, Alcyone. Alcyone is the main star with a magnitude above 3, Stereopa and Meropa. The version is this: Meropa is the one who married Sisyphus, and this one disappeared from the sky. It is known, it is believed that the sisters and their mother, so the mother was Alcyone, so the sisters are witches. So they are very interested in witchcraft. So therefore, you will see in the text, in the famous text of Hermes about the 15 stars, where he is explaining that the nature of the Pleiades is of the conjunction of Mars and the Moon. So typically, people who have Pleiades on a powerful position on their horoscopes will be very intuitive, maybe will have clairvoyant qualities, maybe will be interested in esoteric occultism, even witchcraft activities. So it is given that the Pleiades they're quite large. Take the space from the 3rd to the 6th degree of sidereal Taurus, or it will be, let me see where it will be tropically, for those of you who use the tropical zodiac. It will be the 4th, just the beginning, yes, the 4th degree Gemini. 4 5th degrees Gemini. But once again, if you like to see really the image of the constellation clearly. For this person, I suggest you to use the sidereal zodiac, which you can do very easily if you go to astro.com, click on sidereal zodiac, Ayanam Shafagan Bradley, equal house system. So there you see literally how this particular constellation and also the others look like. So Maya, Electa, Taijin, Alcyone, Siwano, Steropa, and Meropa, the one that married Sisyphus, and that's why she was accused by her sister's mother and father, and she was the one who disappeared. So we're talking about disappearance in the sky. It is, I gave you the position on the ecliptic in the constellation of Taurus, where to search the Pleiades. But here very interesting is what the Pleiades mean. Their nature is telling us, Mars and the moon, that they are very much related to intuition because this is the moon. Mars is saying that they have complex, maybe to a degree, negative impact on us. There is a version, and I tested this, and this is how it works, that in around the 3rd and the 4th degrees exactly, in Taurus, one of the sisters is sitting, the one that is very set, and this particular degree is causing, if one would have it on the ascendant, or sun in this degree, or moon in this degree, maybe also midheaven, because these are the key positions, this could cause grief to the native. This could be a reason for separation of people, not death, but separation, like separating from people that we love. So this is a degree caused by the sisterhood that is missing. Then we have the other degrees from around 3 to the 6th degree. But by the way, the 2nd degree of Taurus is also very significant because we have there the Medusa, Gorgon, we have Algol, which is causing also very interesting things in the horoscope. But I will make a separate video about Algol. So, yes, the Pleiades will give us maybe powerful intuition, desire to do work related to occultism, esoterics, but they also create possibilities of separation. Oftentimes I've seen 3rd, 4th degrees of sidereal Pleiades rising on the descendant when people have problems with their partnerships, or they don't have partners in their life, or they get easily separated by their partners. This is very interesting that in the ancient Babylonian mythology, there are cuneiform texts which are about invocation of the spirits of the Pleiades, and there they're called Mu, the 7 stars, the stars, but actually the 7 stars, and there they are being called for protection. People would create the small statues of the Pleiades and would bury them under their entrance doors in order to save themselves from bad spirits. So you can see that the influence is not only bad, but it's complex. And in the texts of the medieval astrologers like Agrippa on magic, there is a very, very interesting recipe on how to make a talisman for protection and for helping improvement of the sight, because what I forgot to tell you, this is nebula. And if one would have Pleiades on the ascendant, Sun, Moon in the Pleiades, very often such people have sight issues, eye issues, they have vision problems very often, but this is the case with most of the nebulas. So Agrippa is explaining that when we create such talisman, we may protect ourselves, we may support and help improve our vision. We may also help ourselves against bad spirits, probably also witchcraft. So, as you can see, even though these are very difficult divinities that form this magical constellation, they can be a reason for both, for somebody to create witchcraft, but also they can be a reason for saving us from the bad, from evil eye. So very helpful for those who have Pleiades on important position on their on their natal charts. Like this would be ascendant. Count from 3 to 6 degree sidereal. In some texts they say until fifth degree, but I think it's until sixth. So count and see what you have there. If you have the sun there, could be that you have vision troubles. Moon there as well. So look where the Pleiades are placed in your horoscope. In general, how we will make use of every constellation and also how we will make use of this one is up to us and our consciousness, level of consciousness. So yes, they create possibilities of separation. Uh, if Venus is in the Pleiades, people may have in the antiquity, or Mercury is in the Pleiades. In antiquity, people would say this could create homosexuality. Well, I don't know this. I have no experience with this particular degree. But if you have moon there, sun there, certainly you may have vision problems. Most probably, you will be very esoteric, occultistic. You will have probably very powerful dreams with predictive value. Most probably, you will be very, very intuitive and clairvoyant. You may support this by wearing just the most common rock crystal. So this is very helpful. Of course, there are possibilities of talismans making, but just the basic principle is this. So what happened actually? Orion was chasing the Pleiades, and it is said that they became doves, but and then they stayed as beautiful nymphs, women in the sky, the Pleiades. In any case, they have typically this character what the women do, changeable. They like to joke with us. They like to see what our emotional reaction will be on their influences, and it is depending on our, as we say, on the way we maintain our moral values and the way we use the energies of every constellation. That is, this is just an opportunity given to us. So they believe that when they cause us, especially the third and the fourth degrees, this sister which is causing us grief and sorrow, they believe that they do this for good because we are here to learn our lessons. So with this, I am completing my short explanation about the constellation of the witches, the Pleiades, and I'll make another one which will be also very interesting about Algol, the mythological Medusa Gorgon, and what the influence of Algol will be. Thank you. I'm Krasi Attasio, Sidereal Astrologer. I forgot to mention a very important point about the Pleiades. The sisters and one which disappeared, the Merope disappeared. Disappearance of people. Think about this. When we have the third and the fourth degree especially, this could bring in the chart disappearance of people. Think of cases in reality of horoscope of people who have family members who disappeared. I know such horoscopes. So we have not only separation issues, but you may even rarely, and also this needs to be supported by other aspects in the natal chart, but we may also witness in the horoscope disappearance of people. So this was the point only that I wanted to add. Thank you.